From the Oklahoma Newsroom, this is a Varsity Update. I'm Jenny Carlson. The high school football season wraps up on Saturday with 3 final championship finals. Scott Wright joins us on the phone to talk about what remains. And Scott, Cashion is headed back to the title game. They have not won a championship in several decades. Do they have a chance to win one on Saturday? And what kind of odds are they facing?
They've got a shot, but it's going to be tough. Stratford is a really good team. They overtook the #1 spot in our poll really early in the year, and have just kind of run with it from there. They've put away everybody that they've faced at this point, so they obviously look talented. This is the best season that they've had in their school's history, and Stratford is really on a roll. Cashion has been a really fun team to watch throughout the playoffs. I've seen them twice now. They come running out, and you think maybe it's an 8-man team that just showed up on the field. They suited up 21 guys against Hollis a couple of weeks ago.
Wow.
Suited up 22 for their semifinal game against Ringling. It's not unusual for a Class A team to only have that many guys on the sideline, but to be playing for a state championship and have gotten that far with such a short roster is pretty impressive. Not only that, they're not only small in numbers, but they're pretty small in size too. They don't have a bunch of guys over 200 pounds walking around out there to block for them or play on the defensive line. So what they've accomplished this year is really pretty incredible, considering the lack of numbers and size that they had to do it with.
Yeah, even at the small school level, only having 21 or 22 guys. That's pretty rare to see a team with that few guys able to get to the state championship final. It says a lot about the guys they do have, Scott.
It absolutely does. They faced a Hollis team that suited up 45 guys and had a bunch of size, and then Ringling had up close to 40. It looked like on their sideline. Stratford will trot out up in the high 30s this week for the title game. So Matt Harmon, Josh Hampton, the guys that are playing really well for Cashion right now, have really stepped up, and just about everybody's going both ways, playing really good football right now.
And maybe good news for Cashion. They are calling for rain on Saturday. They played that Mutter game a couple weeks ago and did pretty well, Scott.
They don't mind some bad weather, that's for sure.
That's right, that's right. Well, that's not the only championship game, that Class A championship game. There's 2A and 3A also being played. Give us a little sneak peek in what you expect out of those 2 games, Scott.
2A is really interesting. It's Adair versus Haskell. To put it in NCAA basketball tournament terms, this would be sort of like a #1 seed facing a #8 seed for the championship.
Wow.
Haskell was a team that they made one brief appearance in our top 10 poll during the season and fell out pretty quickly, and were sort of an afterthought the rest of the year. They were the #2 seed out of their district, which was sort of viewed as one of the weaker districts in the class. But once the playoffs got going, they got on a roll, and they have been unbeatable. They've got a little kid named Trey Lang, who is just a fabulous all-around talent. He's just piling up yards all over the place. But Adair is really stout, and they have been all year. B.J. Bradbury is a 3-year starter as a junior at quarterback, and he runs that offense incredibly well. He's also a solid defensive back. So Adair is really solid, but Haskell's been upsetting everybody along the way. So you cannot doubt them at this point either. So it's going to be a really fun ball game.
And Scott, what about that 3A final? Heritage Hall going for yet another state championship. What about the Chargers?
You know what? We've had some really good championship games. So I don't want to overshoot it here, but this might be the best championship game of the year.
Wow.
We've had granted we had a 5A game that was settled on a last-second field goal and a 1-point win in 4A. But the amount of talent on the field for these two teams, Heritage Hall and Lincoln Christian, is incredible. Both of these teams can put up a lot of points. They're both very dangerous, and I've been following Heritage Hall obviously all season. I got to see Lincoln Christian for the first time last week, and Michael Wilson, their quarterback, who's committed to Boise State, is an incredibly talented player. He's got an incredible receiver in Alec Davidson, who has set the the single-season receiving yardage mark this year already, and still has a game to go. It's going to be a phenomenal football game, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Heritage Hall has looked like the favorite all year, and has really been even better than a lot of people expected when they graduated their quarterback Connor McGinnis from last year. Blake Adams stepped in and has just kept that train rolling. Tevin McDaniel and Terrell Love playing exceptionally well in that backfield. They've got a bunch of size up front. But Lincoln Christian's going to be able to match some of that, and they're going to be able to put up some points, and they've got some size to play some power football. I think it's going to be a phenomenal football game up there in Stillwater on Saturday.
Well, lots of great games left, it sounds like. And folks, if you want to check out some high school football, this is your last chance for the year in our state. 3 finals on Saturday. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.